Picture this. You buy a $2 ticket and overnight you could become a multi-millionaire. The lights, the cameras, the confetti. But is it all just luck? Or is the lottery more than meets the eye? I'm SirHistorious, and today we dive into the world of the American lottery. Is it a ticket to fortune or a gamble wrapped in hope? Let's scratch the surface and find out. Every year, millions of Americans spend billions chasing the dream of striking it rich, from Powerball to Mega Millions. The allure is undeniable, but where did this obsession begin? Let's rewind to the early 1700s, when lotteries were first used to fund public projects, even helping finance the construction of Harvard and Princeton. The modern lottery, as we know it, was revived in the 1960s, with New Hampshire launching the first state-run lottery in 1964. Since then, lotteries have become a staple in 45 states, plus Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Take Gloria McKenzie, an 84-year-old from Florida, who in 2013 won $590 million, the largest solo Powerball jackpot at the time. Her life changed overnight, but not all stories end in fortune. Studies show that 70% of lottery winners go broke within a few years. But let's break down the odds. The chance of winning the Powerball jackpot, 1 in 292 million. You are more likely to be struck by lightning twice. Would you take the gamble for a shot at fortune? Or is the lottery just a tax on hope? Let me know in the comments. Do you play for fun or sit this one out? Interestingly, the biggest winners might not be ticket holders at all. In 2022, state lotteries generated over $27 billion for public education, infrastructure, and community projects. So even if your numbers don't hit, your money might still go towards something meaningful. Speaking of hidden fortune and untold stories, check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets. I uncover local legends and treasures in Rutherford County, Tennessee, because sometimes the real jackpot lies in history itself. Link is in the description. Hit that like button, subscribe, and keep dreaming. Because whether you play the lottery or not, history shows that fortune favors the bold. I'm SirHistorious, and I'll see you in the next one. Greetings, young explorers of history. I am SirHistorious, your guide through the ages. Today we journey back to ancient Greece, around 500 BCE, to two legendary city-states, Athens and Sparta. These neighbors were rivals, opposites, and powerful forces in shaping history. But here's the big question. If you lived back then, which city-state would you call home? Let's explore their worlds and find out. Our journey begins in Athens, a city that flourished around the 5th century BCE, also known as the Golden Age of Athens. Athens was the birthplace of democracy, established in 508 BCE by Cleisthenes citizens. Free men gathered to vote on important decisions. Athenians were thinkers and artists. Around 399 BCE, Socrates, one of history's greatest philosophers, wandered these streets, asking profound questions about life and morality. Imagine debating with him. What would you ask? And Athens wasn't just about ideas. By 480 BCE, the Athenians had built a mighty navy, crucial for their victory against the Persians at the Battle of Salamis. These sleek triremes ruled the seas, making Athens a superpower. Can you picture yourself aboard one of these ships heading into battle? Now, let's travel to Sparta, a city built for warriors. By 650 BCE, Sparta had transformed into a military powerhouse. From the age of 7, boys began the Agage, a rigorous training program designed to create the ultimate soldier. Life was tough, but Spartans believed hardship built strength. Even Spartan women were unique for their time. Around the 5th century BCE, they were educated, athletic, and enjoyed freedoms rare in the ancient world. A Spartan woman might even tell her husband before battle, "Come back with your shield or on it." Imagine growing up with that level of expectation. The rivalry between Athens and Sparta reached its peak during the Peloponnesian War, which began in 431 BCE. For nearly 30 years, the two city-states battled for dominance. Athens relied on its navy, while Sparta's unbeatable hoplites dominated on land. In 404 BCE, Sparta emerged victorious, but the war left both cities weakened and vulnerable to outside powers, like Philip II of Macedon. And the 4th century BCE, this war marked the beginning of the end for the dominance of these two city-states. Though their rivalry ended long ago, their legacies live on. Athens' democracy, established in 508 BCE, inspires modern governments, and Sparta's discipline still fascinates us today. Here's a question for you. If you lived in ancient Greece, would you prefer Athens, the city of thinkers, or Sparta, the city of warriors? Comment below. I can't wait to hear your choice. Before you go, young historians, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that bell so you'll never miss an adventure through time. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep making history. Imagine sailing into the unknown with no GPS, just the stars, the wind, and a dream. In 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail across the Atlantic, believing he could reach Asia, but instead he stumbled upon a land that would reshape the world forever. I'm SirHistorious, and today we uncover the voyages that altered history. Was Columbus a daring explorer or a controversial figure whose legacy is still debated today? Let's navigate through the story. The year is 1492. Spain's king, Ferdinand, and Queen Isabella finally agree to fund Christopher Columbus's ambitious plan, sailing west to reach the riches of Asia. With 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, Columbus set sail from Palos de la Frontera on August 3rd, 1492. After weeks at sea and rising tension among the crew, land is finally sighted on October 12th. But this isn't Asia. Columbus steps ashore on an island in the Bahamas, forever changing the fate of 2 continents. Imagine the uncertainty, the crew growing restless, the fear of sailing off the edge of the world. Columbus promises riches and glory, but as days stretch into weeks, whispers of mutiny fill the air. Just as hope begins to fade, the call rings out, "Land ho!" and the new world is revealed. Over the next decade, Columbus embarks on 4 voyages to the Americas. He explores parts of modern-day Cuba, Hispaniola, and the Central America, convinced he's reached islands near Asia, but these lands, teeming with new cultures and resources, spark the beginning of European colonization, a legacy as transformative as it is controversial. What do you think was Columbus's greatest impact? Was it the opening of trade routes or the darker side of colonization? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Columbus's voyages mark the start of the age of exploration, but they also introduce new complexities. Cultural clashes, conquests, and the Columbian Exchange, which spread crops, animals, and, unfortunately, diseases across continents. Tomatoes, potatoes, and chocolate cross the Atlantic for the first time, but so do more somber exchanges, as indigenous populations face upheaval and displacement. Curious about more hidden stories of exploration and adventure? Dive into my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, where I uncover lost treasures and forgotten histories of Rutherford County, Tennessee. The link is in the description below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep uncovering the past. Until next time, I'm SirHistorious, reminding you that history is never just one story. Imagine standing on a stormy beach at dawn, heart pounding, as the largest amphibious invasion in history unfolds around you. Over 156,000 Allied troops storm the beaches of Normandy, determined to liberate Europe from Nazi control. This was D-Day, and I'm SirHistorious. Join me as we uncover how this bold operation became the turning point of World War II. It's June 6th, 1944. After years of meticulous planning, the Allies launch Operation Overlord. This massive assault aimed to breach Hitler's Atlantic Wall and open a Western front against Nazi Germany. Planning for D-Day began as early as 1943. General Dwight D. Eisenhower commanded the Allied forces, coordinating with British, American, and Canadian leaders. But deception was key. Operation Fortitude fed the Nazis false intelligence, convincing them the attack would target Pas-de-Calais, not Normandy. In the early hours of June 6th, thousands of ships crossed the English Channel under cover of darkness. By dawn, troops landed across 5 beachheads: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. Each beach presented unique challenges, but Omaha Beach became infamous for its brutal resistance. At Omaha, the first wave of soldiers faced heavy machine gun fire, artillery, and obstacles littering the shore. By noon, over 2,400 American casualties were recorded. Yet despite staggering losses, the troops pushed forward, securing the beach by day's end. Would you have braved the beaches or taken to the skies as a paratrooper? Let me know in the comments below. What role do you think you'd have played on D-Day? Let's not forget the airborne forces, 13,000 paratroopers from the 101st and 82nd Airborne Divisions, parachuted behind enemy lines, disrupting German reinforcements, and seizing key roads and bridges. By the end of June 6th, the Allies had secured all 5 beachheads at the cost of over 10,000 casualties, with at least 4,400 confirmed dead. This monumental victory paved the way for the liberation of France and ultimately the defeat of Nazi Germany. D-Day marked the beginning of the end for Hitler's forces in Western Europe. Today, the beaches of Normandy stand as solemn reminders of the courage and sacrifice that shaped our world. If you're captivated by stories of bravery and forgotten history, check out Legends of Stones and Secrets, where I explore lost tales and mysteries closer to home in Rutherford County, Tennessee. The link is below. And don't forget, subscribe for deeper dives into history's defining moments. I'm SirHistorious, reminding you, the past is closer than you think. Imagine standing before the Great Pyramids of Giza, its towering walls reaching the sky. How did the ancient Egyptians build such a monumental structure that has stood the test of time for over 4,000 years? In today's episode, we'll explore how Egypt changed architecture forever and why their innovations continue to inspire the world of design today. Are you ready to uncover the secrets of Egypt's lasting legacy? Greetings, time travelers. I'm SirHistorious, and today we're unlocking the secrets of how ancient Egypt forever transformed architecture. Egypt wasn't just a land of pharaohs and hieroglyphs, it was the birthplace of engineering marvels that would influence construction for millennia to come. Let's start with the most iconic architectural achievement of all, the pyramids, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Built around 2570 BCE, remains one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. But how did the Egyptians create such an engineering masterpiece with tools and knowledge that seem primitive by today's standards? The secret lies in their understanding of geometry, mathematics, and precision. These ancient builders knew how to align structures perfectly with the stars, creating designs that would last forever and far beyond their time. Then there's the incredible architecture of Egypt's temples. Take the Temple of Karnak, built over centuries, beginning around 2055 BCE. This massive complex stretches over 200 acres and features towering columns, massive statues, and intricate carvings. But what made these temples stand out was their use of monumental scale and the sacred axis, a design that influenced temple architecture for generations. Egyptian tombs also changed the way we think about burial. The Valley of the Kings, home to the tombs of some of Egypt's greatest pharaohs, including Tutankhamun, was designed with the afterlife in mind. These tombs weren't just resting places, they were sanctuaries built with precision to ensure the deceased's journey to the afterlife. The art of creating elaborate burial chambers with hidden passages influenced tomb design in cultures all over the world. But Egypt's impact on architecture didn't end with the pyramids. The Step Pyramid of Djoser, built around 2670 BCE, was the first large stone building of its kind, a groundbreaking step into architectural history. The pyramid, designed by the architect Imhotep, revolutionized the way people viewed construction, pushing Egypt into an era of architectural innovation that would influence other ancient civilizations. From the ancient pyramids to modern skyscrapers, Egypt's architectural genius still echoes today. Modern architects study the techniques used in ancient Egypt to inspire contemporary designs, everything from the use of columns to the precision of constructional techniques. Egypt didn't just change the ancient world, they laid the foundation for architectural innovation that shapes the world we live in today. If you love exploring the wonders of the ancient world, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. New videos drop every Friday. And for those treasure hunters out there, don't forget to check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, which explores hidden treasures in the Rutherford County area of Tennessee. Until next time, adventurers, may your buildings stand as strong as the pyramids. Ever wonder how we got from board games to ultra-realistic next-generation graphics? Game consoles have shaped entire generations of players. But which console changed the game forever? Let's power up and find out. Greetings, gamers and historians. I'm SirHistorious, and today we're powering on the story of game consoles, the machines that revolutionized entertainment and brought digital worlds to life, from Pong to PlayStations. Let's dive into the epic timeline of gaming history. It all began in 1972 with Pong, one of the first arcade games. But the real revolution started at home in 1977 with the Atari 2600. Suddenly, you could play arcade-style games in your living room, and gaming became more than just a fad. It became a phenomenon. Phenomenon. Then came Nintendo in 1985, and with it, a little plumber named It's Me, a Mario. The NES didn't just bring back gaming after the crash of 1983, it redefined it. With The Legend of Zelda and Metroid, Nintendo showed the world that video games could tell stories. But it wasn't long before the console wars began. Sega Genesis in 1989 brought Sonic the Hedgehog racing into the scene, while Super Nintendo fought back with stunning graphics and gameplay. This era birthed the rivalry that drove innovation and loyalty among fans. Then came the game changer, Sony PlayStation in 1994. CDs replaced cartridges, allowing for larger games and cinematic storytelling. Who could forget Final Fantasy VII or Metal Gear Solid? The PlayStation ushered in a new age of 3D gaming. Enter Microsoft in 2001 with the Xbox. Not only did Halo redefine first person shooters, but Xbox Live brought online multiplayer to the masses, forever changing how we play together. Meanwhile, Nintendo Wii flipped the script in 2006 by introducing motion controls, proving that gaming wasn't just for hardcore players, it was for everyone, from your little sister to your grandma. Let me play. Now we stand at the frontier of gaming with the PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch with ray tracing 4K graphics and immersive worlds. Gaming has never been more lifelike or more exciting. But it's not just about graphics. Innovations like virtual reality and cloud gaming are shaping the next chapter. Which console defined your childhood? Was it the NES, the PS2, or maybe the Nintendo Switch? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. New videos drop every Friday. And if you love unraveling hidden treasures, check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, in the description below. Until next time, game on! Ever wondered what makes a movie poster so captivating? Why do some posters become iconic, while others fade into obscurity? Today, we're exploring the hidden artistry and storytelling behind movie posters, how these images capture the essence of a film and draw us in. Let's uncover the secrets of how movie posters became works of art in their own right. Greetings, cinema enthusiasts. I'm SirHistorious, and today we're diving into the world of movie posters, those vibrant, eye-catching artworks that grab our attention before we even step into the theater. But did you know that these posters are much more than just advertisements? They are pieces of art, history, and storytelling all rolled into one. Let's start with the early days of movie posters. Back in the 1920s and 1930s, posters designed to draw people into cinemas during the golden age of Hollywood. Films like King Kong in 1933 and Gone with the Wind, Scarlet, I Don't Give a Damn in 1939 used dramatic artwork, often hand-painted, to convey the scale and emotions of the film. These posters weren't just promotional tools. They were the first glimpse of the adventure that awaited all its future viewers. As cinema evolved, so did movie poster designs. By the 1960s, artists started experimenting with bold, abstract, and surreal imagery. Take the poster for 2001, A Odyssey. 1968, a perfect example of how a poster could convey the mystery and wonder of the film, sparking curiosity before audience even sat down. The combination of colors, shapes, and textures were like a visual innovation to the unknown. Fast forward to today, and the world of movie posters has transformed once again. With the rise of CGI and digital tools, posters now feature action-packed visuals and digital manipulation that can transport us straight into the movie's world. Take Avengers Endgame in 2019. The poster captures the magnitude of the battle ahead, with characters in dynamic poses and a sense of impending drama. But what makes a movie poster truly iconic? It's all about capturing the essence of the film in a single image. Think of Jaws in 1975. The simple yet terrifying image was of a great white shark circling beneath the surface. That is unforgettable. Or The Godfather in 1972, a dark and striking design that perfectly matches the film's mood and themes. Each genre has its own unique style of poster. Horror films use stark, eerie visuals to unsettle us, while romantic comedies often feature bright, light-hearted designs. And let's not forget the power of typography. A bold font can often make all the difference in how a film is perceived. Imagine Star Wars in 1977 without its iconic logo. Movie posters are more than just marketing tools. They are cultural touchstones. Some posters become as famous as the films they represent. And through their evolution, they tell the story of cinema itself. From hand-painted masterpieces to modern digital designs, every poster carries with it the artistry and vision of not just the filmmakers, but the designers who bring those visions to life for all of us to enjoy. If you've ever been captivated by a movie poster, I want to hear from you. Which movie poster made the biggest impression on you? Share your thoughts and favorite posters in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe. New videos come out every Friday. And if you love uncovering stories, check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, for a treasure hunt through Rutherford County, Tennessee. Until next time, keep the popcorn ready and the movies rolling. Noble viewers, have you ever wondered who Robin Hood truly was? A champion of the poor or a rogue in disguise? Journey with me, SirHistorious, as we unravel the legend, the man, and the mystery of Sherwood Forest's most infamous outlaw. But beware, for the truth may surprise you. Gather around, dear listeners, for a tale that has echoed through time. Today we journey back to the 12th century, a time of kings, castles, and crusades. Robin Hood, one name, countless tales. But who was he? A hero of the people or an outlaw of opportunity? Let us delve into the story and uncover the truth together. Our journey begins in 1199, a year of turmoil. King Richard the Lionheart had died, leaving his throne to the infamous King John, a ruler whose heavy taxes weighed heavily upon the common folk. The forests of England became a refuge for outlaws, and among them, legends say, was Robin Hood. But here's the first twist. Did you know the earliest reference to Robin Hood dates back to ballads and the late 14th century? That's over 150 years later. Why do you think it took so long for his legend to surface? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's fast forward to the 15th century. By this time, Robin Hood had grown into a full-fledged folk hero. Stories like A Guest of Robin Hood depicted him as a noble outlaw, robbing from the rich to give to the poor. Yet historians argue there's no concrete evidence of his existence. Could he have been a creation of multiple outlaws? Perhaps a nobleman like Robert of Locksley who fell on hard times? Would you support someone like Robin Hood today? Or is stealing wrong? No matter the cause, let me know below. Picture Sherwood Forest, a sprawling expanse of trees and shadows stretching across 450 acres in Nottinghamshire. Here, Robin Hood and his merry men supposedly defied the Sheriff of Nottingham, Little John, Friar Tuck, Maid Marian, characters as colorful as the legend itself. Fun fact, did you know that the major oak, a tree in Sherwood Forest, is believed to be over 1,000 years old and may have been Robin Hood's hideout? Imagine the tales its branches could tell. What would you ask the major oak if it could speak? Through centuries, Robin Hood's story has inspired countless books, movies, and debates. But here's the ultimate question. Was Robin Hood a hero, or was he an outlaw cloaked in righteousness? Is it his actions or his intent that defines his legacy? What do you believe makes someone a true hero? Drop your answer in the comments and let's discuss it. And so the legend of Robin Hood continues to spark our imaginations. Whether hero or outlaw, his tale reminds us of the eternal struggle for justice. Thank you for joining me, SirHistorious, on this journey through time. Until next time, may your sword stay sharp and your wit sharper still. Enjoy this adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more thrilling tales of history's greatest legends, hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. And let's keep the conversations going. Who should I cover next? Let me know in the comments. Welcome to History's Turning Point. It is I, SirHistorious. Today we journey back in time to explore the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia, situated between the Tigris and Euphrates River in modern-day Iraq. This ancient land gave birth to innovations that still impact our lives today. Mesopotamia, meaning land between the rivers, is where human civilization as we knew it truly began. Around 3100 BCE, city-states like Sumer, Akkad, and Assyria and Babylon flourished. But what made this region so special? First, writing. That's right. Mesopotamians invented cuneiform, one of the earliest writing systems. They used it to document trade, laws, and even epic poetry, like the famous Epic of Gilgamesh. Imagine, without their innovations, we might not have the books, emails, or social media we rely on today. Next, agriculture. To tame the wild floods of the Tigris and Euphrates, Mesopotamians engineered complex irrigation systems. These advancements turned arid land into fertile farmland, along with allowing cities to grow and economies to flourish. And who can forget their contributions to law? The Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest legal codes, established principles of justice and resonate even in modern legal systems today. They also looked to the skies, developing early forms of astronomy and mathematics. Mesopotamians divided time into 60-minute hours and laid the groundwork for our understanding of the cosmos. From writing and law to agriculture and mathematics, Mesopotamia's legacy is vast. It's no wonder historians call it the dawn of civilization. Their ingenuity shaped the course of history, and their impact continues to ripple through time. Want more historical adventures? Hit that like button, subscribe, and join us next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to explore the ancient world with us. Imagine living in a world where books were so rare that only the wealthiest could read them. Knowledge was a treasure locked away. Then, one man changed everything, with ink, paper, and a brilliant machine. Welcome back, adventurers of history. I'm SirHistorious, and today we uncover how Johannes Gutenberg's printing press sparked a revolution that reshaped the world. Could one invention really change the course of humanity? Let's find out. The year is 1440, in the heart of Mainz, Germany, or Mainz, Germany. A goldsmith named Johannes Gutenberg tinkers away in his workshop, driven by an idea that will echo through history. Until this point, creating a book meant months, sometimes years, of hand copying. But Gutenberg had a vision, a machine that could mass-produce words, spreading knowledge like wildfire. By 1450, Gutenberg unveils his invention, the movable type printing press. His masterpiece? The 42-line Bible, printed around 1455, the first major book produced with this revolutionary technology. Picture Hans, a humble merchant from Cologne. For years, Hans relied on word of mouth and scarce handwritten text. But now, for the first time, Hans holds a printed Bible in his hands. Something unimaginable. Just a decade earlier, suddenly knowledge is not just for the elite, it belongs to the world. By 1500, over 20 million books had been printed across Europe. The printing press became the engine driving the Renaissance, the Protestant Reformation, and the scientific revolution. Think about it. Without Gutenberg, would Martin Luther's 95 thesis in 1517 had spread so quickly? Would Copernicus have dared to challenge the stars in 1543? What book do you think had the greatest impact after the invention of the printing press? Was it the Bible, Martin Luther's works, or Galileo's discoveries? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Gutenberg's press didn't just print books, it printed ideas, revolutions, and new ways of thinking. By democratizing information, he opened the floodgates for enlightenment and innovation that still shape our world today. From newspapers to blogs, every word we read online owes something to that first press. If you love stories or hidden knowledge and historical treasures, check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets. Dive into the lost treasures and mysteries of Rutherford County, Tennessee, where the echoes of history are just waiting to be discovered. Links in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep exploring history's greatest moments. Until next time, I'm SirHistorious, reminding you, knowledge is power, and power begins with the press. Greetings, seekers of ancient wonders. I am SirHistorious, your guide through the sands of time. Today we unravel the enigma of the Great Pyramid of Giza, an architectural masterpiece and an enduring symbol of human ingenuity. Built over 4,500 years ago during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, the Great Pyramid was constructed with astounding precision. It stood 146 meters tall, making it the tallest man-made structure in the world for nearly 4 millennia. But how was such a colossal feat achieved? Therein lies the mystery. Some theorize that tens of thousands of skilled laborers, yes, not slaves, but rather well-fed and respected workers, used ramps, sleds, and ingenious engineering techniques to move over 2 million limestone and granite blocks, each weighing several tons. But here's what truly astounds me. The Great Pyramid's alignment with the true north is nearly perfect, and its proportions echo mathematically constants like pi and the golden ratio. Could this be a coincidence? Or did the ancient Egyptians possess knowledge beyond their time? And what about the pyramid's purpose? It was more than just a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu. The precise placement of its chambers and air shafts has sparked theories about its spiritual and astronomical significance. Was it a gateway to the afterlife? A celestial observatory? Or was it both? And the pyramid is not just an engineering marvel, it's a cultural treasure. It represents the ancient Egyptians' deep connection to their gods, their belief in the afterlife, and their unparalleled ambition to achieve immortality through architecture. The Great Pyramid of Giza is more than a relic of the past. It is a testament to the boundless creativity of humanity, a beacon from antiquity, whispering the secrets of a lost world. What other mysteries do the pyramids hold? Perhaps one day we shall uncover them together. Intrigued by the past? Like, subscribe, and let SirHistorious guide you to more wonders of history. Farewell, my friends, until our next journey through time. May your curiosity never wane. What do knights, castles, and a system of loyalty and land have in common? They were all part of feudalism. a system that rose from the ashes of the Roman Empire and became the backbone of medieval Europe. How did this system work, and why does it still captivate our imaginations today? Let's explore. Greetings, seekers of history. I am SirHistorious, and today we embark on a journey into the heart of medieval Europe, where a system called feudalism built the backbone of society. But how did it begin, and why did it become so essential? Let's dive in. Our story begins after the fall of the Roman Empire in 476 CE. With no central authority, Europe was plunged into chaos. Enter feudalism, a system that provided order in a time of uncertainty. At its core was the exchange of land for loyalty and service. Kings granted land to lords who in turn promised to provide knights and soldiers. This intricate web of relationships defined the medieval world. Knights were the stars of feudalism. They weren't just warriors, they were vassals who pledged loyalty to their lords. In exchange, they received fiefs, parcels of land to sustain their families, and retainers. But being a knight wasn't all glory. Training was rigorous, and the code of chivalry demanded honor, loyalty, and protection of the weak. And let's not forget the peasants, who were the backbone of the feudal economy. Most were serfs, bound to the land they worked. In exchange for their labor, they received protection and a place to live. Life was tough, but feudalism offered security in a world rife with danger. Feudalism wasn't just about lords and peasants, it shaped politics, economy, and even culture. Castles became symbols of power. Monasteries flourished as centers of learning, and towns grew as trade expanded. Over time, this system helped stabilize Europe, paving the way for the rise of nations like England, France, and the Holy Roman Empire. But feudalism wasn't eternal. By the 14th century, the system began to crumble. The Black Death decimated Europe's population, giving peasants more bargaining power. The rise of commerce and centralized monarchies also shifted power away from feudal lords. By the Renaissance, feudalism had largely faded, but its influence remains. Feudalism was more than a system, it was a way of life that shaped medieval Europe and left a legacy still visible in our modern world. From chivalry to the organization of states, it echoes, remains. What do you think we can learn from feudalism today? If you've enjoyed this journey through feudalism, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for new episodes every Friday. And if you're intrigued by history's hidden tales, check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, where we uncover treasures in Rutherford County, Tennessee, which is in the description below. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand the present. Before superheroes ruled the toy aisle, there was G.I. Joe, America's first real action hero. But did you know this iconic figure wasn't always a soldier? How did G.I. Joe go from a 12-inch doll to a 3.75-inch juggernaut of the 80s? Let's get into battle. Attention, troops! I am SirHistorious, and today we are diving deep into the legendary history of G.I. Joe, the toy line that marched straight into the hearts of millions and became the ultimate symbol of action-packed adventure. Prepare for your deployments. It all started in 1964 when Hasbro launched the first G.I. Joe. But let's get something straight. This wasn't just a doll. No, Hasbro coined the term action figure to appeal to boys during a time when military culture was at the forefront of American minds. These early G.I. Joes stood 12 inches tall, fully posable, and came dressed in real fabric uniforms representing different branches of the military. Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. But G.I. Joe wasn't just about looks. He had gear, rifles, canteen, helmets, you name it, they had it. As the Vietnam War intensified, interest in military toys waned. By the mid 70s, Hasbro pivoted G.I. Joe, adapted, shifting from pure military figures to adventure team Joes. These Joes explored the wilderness, fought off tigers, and rescued civilians. Suddenly, Joes weren't just a soldier. He was an explorer, an astronaut, and superhero. Then came 1982, a game-changing year. Hasbro relaunched G.I. Joe as a 3.75-inch figure line. Following the success of smaller figures like Kenner's Star Wars line, but this time G.I. Joe had villains. Enter the nefarious Cobra Command. To fuel the fire, Hasbro teamed up with Marvel Comics and launched the G.I. Joe cartoon and comic series. Suddenly, kids weren't just playing with figures. They were watching Duke, Snake Eyes, and Scarlet take on Cobra Commander every Saturday morning. The 80s became a golden era for G.I. Joe. The cartoon's catchphrases, knowing is half the battle, and epic battles cemented G.I. Joe's place in pulp culture history. G.I. Joe vehicles like the Cobra Hiss tank and Sky Striker jet were as iconic as the figures themselves. But like all great things, G.I. Joe's popularity waned by the mid-90s. Toy trends shifted, but Hasbro kept the flame alive with limited runs, commemorative editions, and crossovers. By the 2000s, G.I. Joe saw a resurgence with new lines and blockbuster films starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Today, G.I. Joe is back with the classified series, blending nostalgia with highly detailed modern 6-inch figures. Collectors and new fans alike are rediscovering what made Joe such a powerhouse in the first place. From 12-inch military heroes to 80s cartoon legends and beyond, G.I. Joe has remained a symbol of courage, adaptability, and fun. Whether you were a fan from the original Joes or the high-tech ninjas of the 80s, there's no denying G.I. Joe's impact. Now it's your turn. Who is your favorite G.I. Joe or Cobra character? Was it Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, or maybe Cobra Commander? Drop your answers in the comments. Remember, new episodes land every Friday, so subscribe and hit that bell. And if treasure hunting intrigues you, check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, which is in the description below. Until next time, Yo Joe! Imagine a world where gods and goddesses walked among men, where thinkers like Plato and Socrates shaped the very foundations of our thoughts, and where a mysterious city called Atlantis disappeared without a trace. What if I told you that some of the greatest secrets of ancient Greece have been buried beneath layers of time, waiting to be uncovered? Let's dive into the lost secrets of the extraordinary civilization. Greetings, fellow seekers of history. I am SirHistorious, and today we journey into the shadows of ancient Greece, a civilization so influential that its mysteries have fascinated humanity for centuries. But not all is as it seems. Beneath the golden temples and grand philosophers lies a series of secrets. Secrets that time has nearly erased. Let's start with the legend of Atlantis. A city so advanced it was said to be more magnificent than any other. According to Plato, Atlantis sank beneath the waves, lost to the oceans forever. But what if this myth was based on truth? Some believe that the island of Santorini, with its volcanic eruption in 1628 BCE, could be the real inspiration for Atlantis. Could this catastrophic event have led to the destruction of a powerful civilization. But not all mysteries of Greece are about lost cities. The true treasure lies in the minds of men like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, whose philosophies continue to shape our world today. Did you know that some of their teachings may have been deliberately hidden from history? For centuries, scrolls and texts containing ancient wisdom were locked away, only rediscovered in the Renaissance. What other secrets did they leave behind? Then there's the legend of Alexander the Great, a conqueror who marched across the known world, spreading Greek culture from Egypt to India. But there are whispers that Alexander's death in 323 BCE wasn't as straightforward as it seems. Some say his mysterious demise was tied to hidden knowledge, secrets of his family, and his quest for immortality. And what about the Oracle of Delphi? Was it a true source of divine wisdom, or was it a clever manipulation of political power? The high priestess who spoke with the gods was said to deliver prophecies that changed the course of history. But how much of it was grounded in reality, and how much in mystery? The lost secrets of ancient Greece are scattered across the pages of history, hidden in plain sight. Could there even be more untold stories waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to search for them? I invite you to join me in this search. If you love unraveling ancient mysteries, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a single story. New episodes drop every Friday, and for those treasure hunters out there, make sure to check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, exploring hidden treasures in Rutherford County, Tennessee. See you next time, adventurers of the past. Imagine a world where kings lose their crowns and their heads. In 1789, the streets of Paris echoed with cries for liberty, equality, and fraternity. But as the guillotine blade fell, was the French Revolution truly a fight for freedom or a descent into chaos? I'm SirHistorious, and today we unravel the storm of revolution that shook the world. Was it the dawn of democracy or a whirlwind of terror? Let's find out. The year is 1789. France is on the brink of collapse. Decades of economic mismanagement, social inequality, and the heavy hand of King Louis XVI have brought the nation to a boiling point. On July 14th, the people take action, storming the Bastille, a symbol of royal tyranny. This moment marks the spark that ignites the French Revolution. But the road to liberty is not a straight path. The revolution spirals from hopeful declarations to bloody purges. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, a beacon of human rights, stands alongside the Reign of Terror, where thousands, including the king and queen, meet their fate at the guillotine. Picture Queen Marie Antoinette standing before the roaring crowd, accused of excess while her people starve. Her infamous words, "Let them eat cake," may be a myth, but her fate is not. In 1793, she is led to the guillotine, a chilling reminder that no crown is safe in revolutionary France. By 1794, Maximilien Robespierre, the very face of revolutionary justice, finds himself a victim of the machine he helped create. His execution signals the end of the Reign of Terror, but not the revolution's end. From the ashes, a young general named Napoleon Bonaparte begins his meteoric rise. What do you think? Was the French Revolution a necessary step toward democracy, or did it unleash more destruction than progress? Share your take in the comments below. The French Revolution shattered monarchies, inspired uprisings, and reshaped nations across the globe. It gave birth to ideals that still guide societies today. but at a tremendous cost. Liberty or chaos? Perhaps both. History reminds us that even the noblest of causes can leave shadows. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and let's continue our journey through the past. I'm SirHistorious, and remember, revolutions may end, but their echoes never fade. Greetings, young patriots and curious minds. I am SirHistorious, your noble guide through the pages of history. Today we journey to a time when freedom was just a dream, the American Revolutionary War. But here's the burning question. How did a small group of colonists, armed with hope and determination, manage to defeat the mightiest empire of the time? Let us uncover the secrets together. It all began with a brewing storm, one not in the skies, but in the hearts of the colonists. Britain imposed harsh taxes on goods like tea, but the colonists cried out, "No taxation without representation!" Their protests boiled over into 1773, during the Boston Tea Party. Did you know this wasn't just about tea? It was a defiant act against tyranny, carefully orchestrated by a group called the Sons of Liberty. Would you have joined them and risked punishment for rebellion? Let me know in the comments below. If you were there, would you have dumped the tea? But King George III wasn't going to let the colonies get away that easily. He sent his mighty army, the feared Redcoats, to enforce the rule. And thus began the conflict that would shape history forever. The question remains, could the ragtag Continental Army, led by George Washington, stand a chance against the most powerful military in the world? And here comes the man of the hour, George Washington, with little money, no proper uniforms, and soldiers who were more farmers than fighters. Washington had to rely on strategy, bravery, and some say a bit of luck. But was he truly a military genius, or did fortune favor the bold? I'll leave that for you to decide. And let's not forget the mysterious spies of the Revolutionary War. Did you know the Patriots used secret codes, invisible ink, and espionage to outsmart the British? One of the most famous spies, Agent 355, remains a mystery to this day. Who was she? A servant? A socialite? Or perhaps someone we've never suspected? The truth remains hidden. What do you think? Who was Agent 355? Comment on your theories. Before we solve these mysteries, make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell and join our revolution of learning. Together, we'll explore the battles, heroes, and untold stories of history. So, young historians, the question remains, would you have joined the fight for freedom? Was George Washington a genius or just lucky? And what are your theories about the mysterious Agent 355? Comment below with your revolutionary thoughts. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep making history. Greetings, brave viewers. Have you ever wondered why the word troll can describe both a fearsome monster lurking beneath the bridges and that one person who just loves causing chaos online? Why the connection may surprise you. Today we're unraveling the twisted, mischievous, and downright hilarious history of trolls. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever been trolled online? Let me know in the comments, and don't worry, no trolls will be harmed in the making of this video. Probably. Let's set our clocks back, way back, to the frozen lands of Scandinavia around the 9th century. Here, Viking storytellers whispered of grotesque, hulking creatures called trolls. These weren't the silly rainbow-haired ones you see in the movies. Oh no, these trolls were massive, hairy, and not exactly what you'd invite to a dinner party. Now imagine this. It's the middle of the night, snow falling silently in the mountains. You hear creaking footsteps in the woods. That's probably a troll lurking nearby, hoping to steal your livestock, or you. According to the Prose Edda, an ancient Norse text written by Snorri Sturluson in 1220, trolls were said to live in remote caves or under bridges. Ever heard the tale of the three billy goats Gruff? Yep, that angry bridge troll comes from this very era. But here's the funny part. Trolls weren't just villains. In some stories, they were hilariously dim-witted. I mean, imagine being outsmarted by three goats. Tough life, right? As time marched on to the Middle Ages, trolls found themselves scattered across European folklore. Around the 14th century, these grumpy giants began appearing in more friendly, mischievous roles. Some tales from Iceland describe trolls who only turn to stone if caught in sunlight. Sound familiar? That's right. It's like the turn to stone moment you see in fantasy films today. Now fast forward to the 20th century. Trolls get a makeover. By the 1950s, Scandinavian troll dolls became all the rage. Did you know the first good luck troll doll was created in 1959 by a Danish woodcutter named Thomas Dam? His creation turned into a worldwide sensation by the 1960s, with those crazy-haired figurines popping up in households everywhere. Raise your hand if you or someone you know had one of these little guys lying around. Don't be shy. And now, let's dive into the trolls you are probably more familiar with, the keyboard warriors of the internet. The term internet troll first appeared in the late 1980s, linked to online forums. By the mid-90s, trolling became an art form, a very, very annoying art form. Who knew that medieval monsters would evolve into anonymous pranksters leaving cryptic comments? But here's the twist. Modern internet trolls and mythical trolls actually share one thing in common. They live to stir up trouble. Whether it's blocking a goat or running someone's comment section, trolls just love the chaos. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. So tell me, what kind of troll do you fear more? The bridge troll from fairy tales or the internet trolls lurking in your DMs? Let me know below. And if you made it this far, hit that like button to ward off the trolls, real or digital. Oh, and subscribe for more mythical mischief. Until next time, this is SirHistorious, signing off. Remember, you never know what lurks beneath the bridge or the comment section. What if Earth wasn't just a collection of nations, but part of a greater galactic community, one united under a single flag? The idea of a space federation has captivated dreamers, scientists, and sci-fi fans for decades. But could humanity ever come together to form such a cosmic alliance? I'm SirHistorious, and today we are voyaging into the stars to explore the idea of a united space federation. Fact, fiction, and the future. The concept of a space federation isn't new. In science fiction, the United Federation of Planets from Star Trek stands as a shining example of interstellar unity and cooperation. But what would it actually take for humanity to build a federation beyond Earth? On Earth, organizations like the United Nations and space agencies such as NASA and the European Space Agency, or ESA, lay the groundwork for international cooperation. But scaling that up to the stars, that's a challenge of cosmic proportions. In Star Trek, the Federation thrives on diplomacy, exploration, and scientific advancement. But here's the real question. If we encountered intelligent life, could we overcome our differences to represent Earth as one voice? Look to history. Alliances like NATO and the European Union prove that nations can unite under common goals, even if tensions exist. Could the same principle apply when forming alliances with alien civilizations? If humanity discovered alien life tomorrow, do you think we'd unite? Or would old rivalries hold us back? Let me know in the comments. Private companies like SpaceX and initiatives for Mars colonization are steps toward this vision. But the first step in forming a space federation might be closer, uniting Earth's nations under a single space program. Of course, this vision isn't without hurdles. Political differences, resource competition, and technological gaps could slow progress. Yet, the dream of a space federation endures because the stars represent not just the unknown, but our potential. A space federation may seem far off, but every great journey begins with a single step, and who knows? Maybe one day humanity will truly boldly go where no one has gone before, together. If tales of exploration and unity fascinate you, check out Legends of Stones and Secrets, where I uncover lost treasures and forgotten stories closer to home. The link is below. Subscribe for more adventures through history and the cosmos. I'm SirHistorious, reminding you the future isn't written in the stars yet. What if I told you that the small jar sitting in your medicine cabinet has a story dating back to the 1890s? From comforting coughs to surprising alternative uses, Vicks Vapor Rub isn't just a remedy, it's a legend. Let's uncover how this menthol miracle became a trusted name in households around the globe. Greetings, curious minds. I'm SirHistorious, and today we're diving into the story of a product that's been a cold season hero for over a century, Vicks Vapor Rub. Whether you've rubbed it on your chest or inhaled its soothing menthol vapors, this little jar holds more history than you might think. Our journey begins in Greensboro, North Carolina, in the 1890s, where pharmacist Lunsford Richardson was inspired to create a salve to relieve respiratory ailments. Richardson combined menthol, camphor, and eucalyptus oil to develop the now famous formula, naming it after his brother-in-law, Dr. Joshua Vick. By 1905, Vicks Croup and Pneumonia Salve was born. But how did Vicks become a household name? The Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 played a major role. During this global crisis, Vicks was marketed as a way to soothe flu symptoms, and demand skyrocketed. By the end of the pandemic, Richardson's small company had grown into a national brand. Over the decades, Vicks adapted to changing times. In the 1920s, the name was simplified to Vapor Rub. By the 1950s, the iconic blue jar had become a staple in homes worldwide, and it's now sold in over 70 countries. But Vicks isn't just for colds. It's earned a reputation for surprising uses, like soothing minor burns, repelling mosquitoes, and even cleaning household items. What makes it so effective? The menthol vapors, when inhaled, work as a decongestant, while camphor and eucalyptus provide a cooling sensation. Though it doesn't cure colds, it certainly makes breathing a lot easier, doesn't it? And who doesn't love the nostalgic scent? From humble beginnings in a small North Carolina pharmacy to becoming a global icon, Vicks Vapor Rub is more than a product. It's a comforting piece of history. So next time you open that little jar, remember the story it carries. Do you have a favorite use for Vicks Vapor Rub? Share it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for new history-packed videos every Friday. And check out my book, Legends of Stones and Secrets, which uncovers treasures in Rutherford County, Tennessee. Until next time, may your curiosity and your sinuses stay clear. Greetings, noble viewers. It is I, SirHistorious here, and today we celebrate a truly momentous occasion. Our community has reached 50 loyal subscribers. I am humbled and honored to have you aboard this grand journey through the corridors of history. Thank you for your curiosity, your support, and your shared love for the stories of the past. To show my gratitude, allow me to share a little known historical gem that I think you'll enjoy. Did you know that in ancient Greece, a victory in the Olympic Games was so prestigious that winners were celebrated like royalty? They would return to their cities in grand processions, often breaking down part of the city walls to make way for their chariot. Why? To symbolize that a city with champions needed no walls for protection. Now, isn't that a powerful way to honor achievement? And so, to all of you champions of history, thank you for being the foundation of this growing empire of knowledge. Here's to many more historical adventures together. What historical tidbit has fascinated you the most so far? Let me know in the comments, and I might feature your idea in an upcoming video. Here's to you, my 50 remarkable subscribers. Until next time, may your love of history never fade, and may our quest for knowledge shine brighter with every passing day.